The other thing I'm gonna do today, cuttings for some cedars. We have 2 cedars outside and at the front of our property, and a windstorm knocked down a pretty big branch off of one of them. So I figure, why waste it? I'm gonna strip off a whole bunch of heel cuttings from it and try and root them. See what happens. So it's warm enough out here for me to have a fall jacket. I'm not sure what the temperature is, probably like up to 10 in late February. But it is February and it's Canada, so don't be deceived. It's still full on winter here. We still have a few ice storms and blizzards to go through. Like Admiral Akbar would say, "It's a trap!" So I have this little dollar store container that I tried propagating. What are these? Mountain boxwood, I think, last year, and they weren't really doing good. Yeah, no roots or anything. So we're gonna chuck those and reuse this container. So I did notice lifting this. By the way, this is just like rough sand, which is what I've been trying to use for propagating cuttings. So this thing is a lot heavier than it should be, so there's not enough drainage in this for sure. So I grabbed my drill. I'm gonna drill some holes around like the bottom edge. Hopefully let it release more water. We don't need cuttings sitting in a swamp here and rotting. And then I'll go get the branch that I'm gonna take cuttings from. All right, so we're just gonna go get that branch. See, those are the cedar trees. There's just 2 out front on the property line. See it posted right there. Oh, I don't need the whole thing. Let's fish out. All right, so I'm just gonna rip off some smaller ones. Okay. So all I'm going to do to make these cuttings from cedars is just rip off little pieces to make a heel cutting. I'll show you, and then dip it in rooting hormone, and I'm gonna put it in these little like furrows I'm gonna make. So you just take like a spatula and just wiggle it open. Make a nice line, like that. And then I'll take my little ripped up cuttings, dip them in rooting hormone, and stuff them in there. So let me just get you set up here. Take the cuttings, just find a joint here and rip them apart. So that is a heel cutting. See, it makes a little heel. There you go. So you just rip them off. You don't need to cut these or anything. That little extra bit of bark and cambium is more surface area for a root to grow. So you want that like extra. It's kind of like some people do like a slice down one side of their cuttings to give it more of a surface area for roots to grow. So I'm just gonna rip a whole bunch of these off and then just pulling them off. Ones like this that have a lot of leaves down by the end, I'm just gonna pull those off because you don't want leaves going into the soil. It'll just rot. So I leave like an inch or 2 before the leaves start. It's a good way if you have like a dead branch on your cedar tree or something, you can just rip it up and get more cedar trees. Although they are evergreens, so they take forever to root. And I'm doing this in February, so they should still be technically dormant, even though it is like 10 degrees out here, Celsius. Anyway, that's how you prepare them, easy peasy. I use Wilson's rooting hormone. It's a gel and it has an antifungal in it. It's kind of a gel, so it sticks on the cuttings really good. Give them a little dip. Jam it in the little trough you made. That's that. Keep on going. first row planted. Now all I'm gonna do is go along and just push the soil together. Move these suckers in there. Easy peasy. Alright, I'm just gonna keep going along. I actually found it's easier as you're putting them in to kind of push the soil to hold it up while you're putting them in there. Ooh, fly, get out of here, buddy. Okay, so I'm gonna leave these out just in full sun in the driveway, probably for like 2 days with the lid off to try and evaporate some of the water in there. There's way too much water in this. You just want moist to start with, and then normally you would water them in after, which it removes any air pockets. In a couple days, I'll just put the lid on, which is under here, and then I'll move them to like indirect sun, partial shade on like, you know, the east or west side of the house. That's that. So hopefully we will have some free cedars by the fall. Like I said, it's February now. Fall starts like October, November here. I guess some would say earlier, but evergreens take forever. So hopefully by the fall, for sure, we'll have some roots. And then I might even wait another whole year before I pot them up or just put them out. All right.